The next part for this in the circle tool is related to ellipse. So if I press G again from the keyboard, you will see the geometry method is now changed for working for the ellipse. And of course, you can check this with the flyout. There are three options. Uh, and out of that, the first option says about the bounding box concept. That is two diagonal opposite corners you have to select. Ellipse will get placed inside that. The second option is related to center, and then half of the major axis and half of the minor axis you are going to specify by selecting the corner of that particular bounding box. And the last option is an elliptical arc. So let's proceed step by step. In the first combination of bounding box in the diagonal, see, that is nothing but you are going to design one ellipse which probably fits inside the rectangular bounding box. So read the prompt. It is written enter first point of ellipse bounding box. So I'm going to use the check mark, and this time I'm using this rectangle which is available with me. Then you will see, is that a mandatory that I should have a rectangle as a base for drafting this ellipse? No, not at all. You can directly click on the empty part of your drawing and you can start putting the required values. Just to understand the logic and or to get the better explanation, I'm using this particular rectangle as a base or a bounding box as a for this ellipse. So use the check mark and then pick the point that becomes my first corner of the bounding box, and now it is written complete ellipse bounding box. So what I have to do, if I keep dragging my mouse, you can see how the ellipse is getting constructed. Obviously, it is not worth to go and try to work for the square because that will construct circle. So this time again, I'll just try to get the field pencil on the opposite corner of this my rectangle, and that's it. So this becomes my ellipse, okay, which is nothing but combination of major axis and minor axis. So that's nothing but my rectangle short side and long side. Okay, so try this. If once you complete this, the next part I'll explain, that is nothing but next geometry method. Now this time the geometry method is nothing but you have to specify this center point, and that is semi-diagonal, what they call. That is in the sense the point which you pick, that becomes the center of the ellipse, and then you're going to complete the ellipse with the half of its major axis and half of its minor axis length specified. So we'll take the same particular see rectangle as a base just to find out the difference, like how it is working. So this time now enter center point of ellipse. Okay, so remember it is written enter center point of ellipse. So this lower left corner of the same rectangle, I'll take that as a center point of my ellipse. Okay, getting the point? And now if you read the prompt, it is written complete ellipse bounding box. That means what? But it is not supposed to be the entire box which you are defined. Of course, your the imaginary bounding box is software is going to consider that. But what is exactly happening when I'm trying to click that opposite corner of the rectangle? So half of my major and half of my minor axis distance I'm specifying, and then I'll pick this point and you will see how it is supposed to be all together. This is how you have completed the ellipse with the second geometry method. Okay, and so try for this also, and then we'll go for the last option, that is nothing but working with elliptical arc. Okay, so elliptical arc is nothing but this time you have to specify the center point. You are going to specify the major and minor axis also for its that is the opposite corner of your uh, rectangle which you are going to consider as a bounding box. and then inside that you're going to construct the ellipse, but not the full ellipse. You are going to preserve some part of that. Okay, so let's try that, and for that I'm going to take the half of this area I'll use. Okay, so what I'm going to do is nothing but just check out center point of ellipse, enter center point of ellipse. So this time I'll select this half of the horizontal segment of this rectangle, that is midpoint of this base of the rectangle, as my center point of the ellipse. Okay, now is saying enter endpoint of ellipse axis. That means one of the axis endpoint you're going to decide. Remember, it's not going to be, or it's not, they are not mentioning that what are the axis you are picking is going to be always major axis, is nothing like that. The first point which you define will be one of the axis. Whether it's a major or minor, that will decide it later. So once I pick this point, you must have realized now my ellipse has started getting displayed in front of me. And now it is written again that enter circumference point of ellipse. That is as good as you are going to specify the other axis length, half length again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch to this vertical line. First of all, I'll get the blip. On the blip, I'll stay for a while and I'll get a guideline from there. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. You can specify distance. It is coming, in my case, it is the distance which is getting delivered is a 1250. So either I can go for that as a typing the distance and direction correctly, or otherwise I should be, I just have to be precise about while picking the point. Okay, so I'll pick that point. Now, once the point is picked, now what is the condition? That you have to preserve some portion of this ellipse as a elliptical arc. So you're not going to get the full by default, the way in earlier two options or earlier two geometry methods gave you the full ellipse by default. This time it is not going to happen. You have to tell ArchiCAD how much portion you would like to keep out of this. So that's the reason it is written at the end of on the bottom of your screen, that is enter start point of elliptical arc. Okay, so enter start point of elliptical arc. So if my elliptical arc starts from this particular point, okay, right, and then you start dragging your mouse and it is written again complete elliptical arc. So where it exactly has to get concluded. So now remember that depends on your choice. So if you come and try to pick the same point, then it is obviously you're going to preserve the full ellipse, or otherwise you can decide at what point you want to break this particular elliptical arc. So maybe if I'm going to just break it vertically over here, so what happened, so moment I try to pick this point, you will realize that this much of elliptical portion of this or the part of the ellipse was preserved for my end product. Okay, so I hope you have understood these particular things very well, that how ellipse and circle can be get constructed, or even arc. Obviously there's no separate tool for arc or circle or ellipse, it is all together inside the same command. So altogether there are 6 options. First 3 options for the circle or arc, and the next 3 options are for ellipse. Okay, so please do a good practice on them and get hold on that, like, or get used to about how we can construct these objects, because in the next clip I'm going to show you the editing part of these objects.